They are all part of the IP department. Yes. I am the executive chairman of IPE.
Water Resources, Engineer A.H. Siddiqui, Special Guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nuruddin Ahmed, distinguished guests of the industries, faculty members, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of the IPE department and AIPE, I, Dr. Hassan Imtiaz Chowdhury, as Program Coordinator, take the pleasure to welcome you all to our IPE Day 2003. In fact, this is a very special day for us and for this department, as for the first time our students have organized such kind of program. This program will be chaired by our head of the Department of Industrial and Production Engineering, Professor Nuruddin Ahmed. We like to start this program by presenting flower bouquets to our chief guests and our special guests. Now, I would request Farzana, one of our students, to come forward and next I request Nusrat to come forward and present a flower bouquet to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nuruddin. Next, request Nazmun to come forward and present a flower bouquet to our Professor Dr. Anwar. Due to space problem for the multimedia presentation and to avoid any inconvenience to our guest, we have structured this program event a little bit different way. We'll start our program with the recitation of a verse from Holy Quran. After that, we'll have two presentations, one from AIPE General Secretary on the mission and vision of the Association of Industrial and Production Engineers. Another presentation from our distinguished professor of IPE department, Professor Anwar on IPE. After the presentation, we request our respected guest to come to say the vision and mission on AIPE. Moin.
Today's IPE Day 02 is organized by AIPE. So what is AIPE basically is? It's one of the most important questions that I think. AIPE is, the elaboration of AIPE is Association of Industrial and Production Engineers. So it may sound ridiculous that I am still the final semester student, so how can I represent Engineers Association? Basically, it was established in 1998. So we had a huge vision. When we started, we thought that our department is very new and we want that to industry people to come forward and to let them know about this discipline. So we need a formal entity to do this program. So that was the main reason why AIP was established. So from the very beginning, we had a vision that this is not simply a student organization. Because right on our vision, we can say that we envision that IP engineers are finding lucrative career in current job market. The consumers of IP graduates, I mean the different companies, fully understand their potential and utilize the talents in the best possible way. And IP engineers are imparting their knowledge effectively to set the standard to world-class benchmarks to the industries of Bangladesh. So if we discuss our mission, then we can say to promote and advance the science of industrial and production engineering with practice and business in all related fields throughout Bangladesh and abroad. I tell you before that we had a good mission ahead of us. So we are the new graduates and we are also representing a new profession, and we want to include our teachers, the IP professionals and the related people to ensure social welfare of its members. Foster coordination with similar institutions or association for the mutual benefits. Encourage, assist, and extend knowledge and information of IP through seminars, lectures, conferences, and publications. So, last point, what we are doing now. We had a vision that we arrange some seminar or some programs to let people know about this discipline, because we believe this discipline is a really potential discipline to help the country. And our respected teacher, Dr. Anwar will tell you later what our discipline is all about. So what is this purpose of IPE 02? Through our mission and vision, it is clear that we want to let people know about IPE. So IPE 02 is the first formal program of this scale in BUET by IP department. And as our new graduate, the first undergraduate batch is going to pass out this September. So we wanted to let people know before they pass out so they could understand their potential and they could be employed in big companies. So purpose of IPE 02 to inform industry leaders about this new discipline, to share views with industry professionals, to discuss the scope of industrial and production engineering in different industries in Bangladesh. So from the very beginning, I need to tell you this, that we are arranging some career talk and other programs. We think that the professionals that are working in the industry, they are really rich in their experience. So we want to share their experience. so that we can prepare. First program is inauguration and cultural function. This is the inauguration program, and after this we will have a nice cultural program. So I also invite you as a General Secretary to please stay in the cultural program. And the next 2 days we divide the total industry in 4 sectors, four prominent sectors. Number 1 is textile, garment and related industries, then pharmaceutical and chemical industries, services industries, and different manufacturing industries. So in those sessions, from Department of Teachers should prepare and present some keynote speech on how IP graduates or IP engineering can be helpful in different industries in particular. And after that, we want to share the views of those company professionals that come under those sessions. So I can give you a brief list of the companies, and we are really thankful to the diversity. We have a section on pharmaceutical and chemical industries, and the participating companies are Rexington Pharmaceuticals, Ronpolan, Roche, Barger Paints, BRC, and Brandapsa. Next, after lunch at 3 p.m. we have services industry. Companies from services industry participating are Citibank, FedEx, DHL, Comfort Diagnostics Center, Shamanita Hospital, Standard Chartered New Bank, Center for Management Development Company Private Limited, and Citicel. So, lastly, on the Friday morning, we had a session with manufacturing industries. One question may arise that those industries are also manufacturing, but we want to include the others, which we didn't focus before, all together in these manufacturing industries. And the companies are British American Tobacco Bangladesh, Holcim Bangladesh, Lafarge Cement, Nestle Bangladesh, Bata Shoe Company Bangladesh Limited, Singer Bangladesh, Philips, Partex, and Mittal Group. So that is going to be a huge program ahead of us, and I'd like to invite all of the spectators here to join us in the upcoming events and encourage us for future. Thank you, sir.
Encouraging words for our students. Mr. Hosty.
First of all, on behalf of GETCO and my all, would like to extend our heartfelt thanks and gratitude associated with the nation-building work of this country. Today, the GETCO has all supplying about 375 megawatt of power, captive power in this country. The list has seen the customer coming, the industrial organization coming, the next sessions tomorrow are all our help customers. We are happy that the industrial production engineers now in Bangladesh, we are not aware of it actually. We have 17 engineers, I said, and we need this production engineer very much. These production engineers can very well fill up the gap between the industries and the technologies, because we need them very badly. The technology is changing, and they will be a part and parcel to narrow down the cost. They will be the cost-effective engineers, because the time is money. And what I have seen this little booklet, they will be designing and they will be doing all the computer integrated manufacturing advanced material processes. And I am confident the people will be coming from next session and the cost of the products. I sincerely thank the organizers very much. They allow us to give us the opportunity to be associated with them. As a Caterpillar dealer, we want to change our ideas because we need these people. And I can assure, I can request the head of the department of this API, please send us the students to us, and I am confident that we'll give them the proper job and other things in this country. I want to thank all these organizers, students who have done this wonderful job, and wish them a happy and successful seminar. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Today we are discussing about products, not about processes and services, but through production of products, they are going with this product to the market, to the consumer, who are buying it, and ultimately the company makes its profit. তাহলে যে lowest level of profit, what we have called profit maximization, এর কোনো lowest, highest is the sky is the limit naturally, but the lowest কোনো level আপনারা কিছু চিন্তা করছেন। আপনার প্রোডাক্টটা কীরকম হবে আপনি ডিজাইন করে দেবেন এবং আমার সাইজ ঠিক মতো করে দেবো, যে যতক্ষণ 10 মিনিট সময় লাগে 10-15 মিনিটে আমি শার্ট বানিয়ে দেবো চেষ্টা করছি। In our opinion, productivity is influenced by at least 6 factors. One is the water. এখন দেখেন আপনার যারা রুটস দেখেন তারা দেখেছেন যে ইভেন এগ্রিকালচারে তখনকার দিনে স্বাস্থ্যবান তাগড়া যেসব মাসলম্যান নাইজেরিয়ান আসতো তাদেরকে তারা বেশি দাম দিয়ে কিনে নিয়ে যেত এগ্রিকালচার করা যায়। তখন কেউ কিনেছে 160 টাকা আছে, এখন কিন্তু এই লাইফ সাইকেল সব আমাদের যদি ঘরের বাড়ির কথা চিন্তা করি, ফার্নিচারের কথা চিন্তা করি, আমরা কাঠ দিয়ে তৈরি করতাম, কিন্তু কাঠে টিম্বারে এখন কিন্তু শর্ট পড়ে যাচ্ছে। ফলে কি হলো, মানুষ স্টিলে জমে তার বন্ধ এবং 6 সপ্তাহের ইউকে এস্টাবলিশ এই 6 সপ্তাহ পরেও ইন্ডাস্ট্রি থেকে আমরা যে একটা ফিডব্যাক পাচ্ছি, রেসপন্স পাচ্ছি ইজ ট্রিমেন্ডাস। এবং আমাদের চাকরির অলরেডি কিন্তু ওই 6 সপ্তাহে জব সিকিউরিটি হয়ে গেছে। দে হ্যাভ অলরেডি আইডেন্টিফাইড 4 জনকে যে এই 4 জনকে যদি পাঠান।
Just ask all the questions in the break time, but I may not have time enough to stay that long, so I'll take the privilege of asking one question to our friend, Kamaraj, that in setting up industries, our target, our aim is to have profit. Adding up everything, the profit is the main driving force. And these days, in managing an industry, we have considered many factors, but a new element has come up, that is the Mastani. How do you take care of the Mastani? Are you teaching your boys to manage Mastani also? Thank you.
ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল অর্গানাইজেশন এবং অন্যান্য সরকারি বেসরকারি সংস্থা প্রধান এবং উপপ্রধানগণ আজকে অনুগ্রহ করে আমাদের এখানে উপস্থিত হয়ে আমাদের ছাত্রদেরকে উৎসাহিত করেছেন, তাদেরকে সবাইকে আন্তরিক ধন্যবাদ এবং কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই। আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমি যদি সিটের 5 টাকা থেকে 6 টাকা করি, কালকে আমি থাকবো না। এবং অনেক বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের ভাইস চ্যান্সেলর সাহেবরা চেষ্টা করেও পারেননি, কাজে সেটা হয় না। এবার সরকারকে আমরা বলেছি, আমি নিজে ব্যক্তিগত অনেকবার বলেছি, যদি আপনারা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় বাড়াতে বলেন,
দিয়ে রাখবো তুমি
And also we had another special guest, Professor Anwar Azim. The reason we are doing this program is because we are trying to create an awareness within the society, within the industries, and within the nation to let everybody know that we have a department, Industrial and Production Engineering Department, which is capable of giving a different kind of engineering background. And that's basically the reason why we are here today. And we have, in this program, we divided this program into 4 sessions. First session, textile, garments, and related industries. Second session will be on pharmaceutical and chemical industries. Third session will be on service industries, and the fourth session will be on manufacturing industries. So today we'll be covering first three sessions, and tomorrow at 9 o'clock we'll start the manufacturing industry session. We are honored to have the Director and CEO of Beximco Textile Mills Limited and Beximco Synthetics Limited, Mr. Mir Tabarak Hussain, who will be the chairperson for the session. And at this point, I would request Mr. Mir Tabarak Hussain to come to the stage. You take the seat, please.
I started my career with IPE, Spice and Industrial Development Corporation. After liberation, it was in PCIC. And then I joined in Beximco, and then in Textile Mills Corporation, and in 1990 I joined in Beximco.
Faculty members, my fellow colleagues, students, Assalamu alaikum. And textile industries has become a lifeline for us for many different reasons and for many economic and social reasons. The export earnings of the country comes to this industry, and this is 1995-96 figure, but it is more or less the same achievement. The main strength of the R&D sector of the country is the advantage in the production cost, which is mainly based to the low hourly wage of the people, of the government, the persons working in that sector. They always compare with the outside quality and local quality. So they have a choice, and we have to meet that choice. So quality improvement is a must for us in textile sector. Improving the productivity. This is a genetic problem. This problem is there for industry management, involved industry engineers. They are actively involved in this program, and they look into the day-to-day affairs. Also, they evaluate the students. So this is a very intensive and very hands-on program that we are. What I am saying is this program also ensures requirement planning. In conclusion, what I want to say is this industrial and production engineering discipline is not a new one. It is quite old one. It is as old as
we can apply our this industrial engineers knowledge, and to me it is. I think that every industry must have one department, like one department of industrial engineering department.
Working in this sector. Today first I would like to thank the Department of IPE to organize such an occasion for us to create awareness about IPE's possible contribution in this sector. Since I am from government sector, what it is my feeling, someone from executive body of PGMA, since the trade body, the proper forum who are representing the whole sector in Bangladesh. If someone from executive body of PGMA would have been present.
Starting point, they deal with many people who do not know anything in engineering workers like this. So they must be in a position to communicate with them, to control them, and get the best out of them. And that is what we are trying in our different courses. May not be human resource management as a specific course, because you know we have a limitation of 4 years.
Today, IT engineers. If yes, in which field you want us to work right now? In which field?
Okay. This is not limited only on textile and garment. This topic is also in all process industries. It needs this kind of people. Now, as I said that you will be absorbed as a say, in the executive level, as an officer.
And he is managing things. So he has upgraded himself at different times. He has learned by himself, or he has taught himself, or he has gone to trainings or programs. So that is the basic thing, and that is the thing every engineer has to do. You see, there are many different reasons. You have to read, you have to learn yourself. Technology is changing. What he started with in BTMC, what kind of technology, that technology has changed a lot, and he has changed himself. So that
আপনাদের যে ডিপার্টমেন্ট IPE ইজ এ ভেরি গুড ডিপার্টমেন্ট। এটা অন্য স্যার যেটা বলেন স্যার, যেটা নতুন কিছু না, আমি এটা ফিল করছি ইট ইজ দ্য কম্বিনেশন অফ অল ডিপার্টমেন্ট লাইক দিস, যেটা মধ্যে অনেক সাবজেক্টে অনেক ডিপার্টমেন্টেরই টাচ পেয়ে গেছে এবং যেটা ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে ভীষণ প্রয়োজন, বিশেষ করে প্রসেস ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে, যে কোনো প্রসেস ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে। এখন পাশ করার অর্থই না যে
Hussain to accept a token of appreciation from. Next, I'll request Mr. Jahangir Mia from the Further Textile Mills to see this more. Mr. Kamaluddin Ahmed from Babylon Group. Mr. Mohammad Mohiddi from Further Mr. Mohammad Atir Rahman from Siam Textile Mills. Engineer Amir Rashid.
For this topic, automatically I was chosen to speak. So, the very important stage is in processing, in making medicine, like procuring of raw materials, which are mostly imported from foreign countries, as finished products. In this kind of industries, quality control is very, very vital. And we are conforming the compliance criteria, so the board that has to be rejected or has to be destroyed. So you can understand, you can imagine how much they have to pay if they reject. Or sometimes we may have to rework. That means something is not conforming with the standards, so you have to rework and then you have to make it correct. So this reject and rework are very, very harmful for a company. So we are okay for controlling the problem and the root. We already did so many topics such as design of experiment, so that you can find out what the root cause is for those defects.
I would rather prefer that can't we make it a bit interactive? We have very short time. What is your expectation from what have you seen in the presentation? What do you like to hear from us? Thank you.
In practical field, when they will go, they will find that most of the things will not apply. So, my question is, what are your expectations from fresh graduates? What are the problems they face when they are first recruited in companies? And also, can you please tell us about the factory environment or the difficulties or what kind of situations they have to face when they will be first time recruited in an industry? And what qualities they should have to work on these things?
Because they hold the experience and they can take you through the entire process. That may be a production process, that may be a factory management, that may be a... Number two is, a company is an abstract thing. It's not something like Mr. X, so we need to, impress him. If you want to impress, if you want to contribute, then it's so important that you must develop your sense of belongingness to the company.
The IPE engineers do a lot in the different sectors where there was a gap.
And I think that previously it was discussed what the IP fresh engineers should expect from an organization or the industry.
5% share of the Bangladesh paint market, and basically we produce decorative paints, industrial paints, and also marine paints. We are into a latest technology called powder coatings, which is also an advanced form of painting. In my professional career spanning over 27 years, I have been in sales for a line has to be drawn, and that is what is your own commitment towards your own profession. You may be an IP engineer or industrial engineer or whatever type of engineer you are. The whole thing is whether you are committed to your own profession, the objectives of your profession, and how much of expectation your management has towards you, and whether you are serious in meeting those objectives in a time-bound situation.
প্ল্যানিং ডিপার্টমেন্টে চাকরি করে তারপরে একদিন সকালবেলা হঠাৎ করে চাকরি ছেড়ে দিয়ে ব্যবসা শুরু করছে এবং প্রথম ব্যবসাটা ছিল হার্ডলি 10,000 টাকার একটা কাজটা ছিল যে একটা বয়লারে কেমিক্যাল ডিএসকেলিং করতে হবে, সেই জন্য একটা কেমিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হলে ভালো হয়। তো নিজকে খুব উপযুক্ত মনে করলাম যে এটা আমি কেমিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং পাস করছি, তারপরে সেই জন্য কেন আমি পারবো না। তো সেইভাবে শুরু ব্যবসা, এবং তারপরে এখন আস্তে আস্তে সেই ব্যবসা অনেক দূর আগিয়েছে এবং এখন টোটালি মেকানিক্যাল ইলেকট্রিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং এর কাজ করি। এবং একটা ঘটনার কথা বলতে চাই, যেটা যে পাস করে বেরোনোর পরে যখন চাকরি করি তখন এক জায়গায় একটা সমস্যার সম্মুখীন হয়েছি, তারপর জোরে চলে আসছি। তখন ইকবাল মোহাম্মদ সাহেব আমাদের টিচার ছিলেন, ওনার কাছে বললাম যে স্যার আপনি যে আমাদেরকে পড়ালেন, আমাদের যে কিছু এটার ব্যাপারে মনে নাই কোনো কিছু। He should be able to analyze that why this sales is this. এই why যদি সেই এবং উনি সেই ব্যক্তি নিজেই সেই।
So since you people are here, I just ask you suggestions now that you know what our department delivers, and how can we increase or build up more rapport in the industry. So I would just ask your suggestions, please.
আমাদের যে বোর্ড অফ আন্ডারগ্রাজুয়েট স্টাডিজ যেখানে আছে, সেই বোর্ডে আপনারা কিছু ইন্ডাস্ট্রি এন্টারপ্রেনিয়ার সেখানে মেম্বার করে নিন। কেমিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ডিপার্টমেন্টের বোর্ডে ছিলাম, কিন্তু আমি খুব বেশি কন্ট্রিবিউট করতে পারি নাই। আর কন্ট্রিবিউট না করতে পারার কারণ হচ্ছে যে বোর্ড অফ আন্ডারগ্রাজুয়েট স্টাডিজতে সমস্ত ডিপার্টমেন্টের সব টিচাররা মেম্বার থাকে। কাজে টিচারদের সংখ্যা বেশি হলে এবং সেখানে সমস্ত টিচার ছিল এবং আমি একলা শুধু বাইরে থেকে ছিলাম, কাজে আমি কিছু কন্ট্রিবিউট করতে পারি না ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে। এইটাকে মনিটর করার জন্য একটা কমিটি হয়তো আপনাদের ডিপার্টমেন্টে যেটা করতে পারে, সেই কমিটিতে একটি বড় বড় ইন্ডাস্ট্রির থেকে তাদের সবাইকে সেখানে জড়ো করতে পারেন এবং জড়ো করে এবং তাদের কাছ থেকে সাজেশন আশা করতে পারেন যে কিভাবে হয়।
Small token of appreciation for our session chairman, Mr. Gani, to accept this small. Next, to come to the stage, we see the small token of appreciation from next, Mr. Shafir Ahmed from UST, Bangladesh Limited.
This is that book, all MBA things are here.
We missed two gentlemen from previous session, and let me see if they're here. Mr. Musaddiq Mahmoud Rizwan from Aventis Pharmaceutical. Is he here? Sorry? Mr. Shamim, please come to the stage. Next, Engineer Muhammad Abdullah from Business Advisory Services Center. That's all. Thank you. Thank you for the lunch. And please enjoy your lunch and hope to see you back in this room again at 3 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Of IPE. First of all, let me express my infinite gratitude to the Department of IPE. Thank you for the applause and the encouragement. I really appreciate it. And more so, I would like to say that your IPE Day 2002 is the first one you are going to do from this department. And you are the first batch is going to pass out in September 2002. Very rightly timed, I must say. So, right, before we go into the keynote speaker, if I may say, particularly for the information of those who have come from outside, because you will be knowing Dr. M. Hassan Akhtar Hussain. So Dr. Hussain, who did his, he was BSc Engineering from 1988, getting a first class, and needless to say that he had his first divisions in SSC and HSC. Thereafter, he did his MS from IIT Bangkok in 1991, having a CGPA of 3.8. Out of that, he decided to join this department because he saw the future over here. Then he did his PhD from IIT Bangkok in 1997. And the topics which will be of interest to you, his MS topic was Economic Evaluation of Flexible Manufacturing System. That was his thesis paper for MS topic, that Economic Evaluation of Flexible Manufacturing System. There is no end to learning. I was asking him as to what flexible manufacturing is. He has given me an answer, but some of you, if it's not so like me, you have to ask him. Right. And his PhD topic was mathematical modeling of.
I apologize to all of you not to prepare my presentation in PowerPoint because it looks better in PowerPoint. It looks a little bit worse in the transparency. Actually, I wanted to provide more information in my transparency, and that is easier. For example, you are much aware, certainly you know, because the new generations like the fast foods. The fast food chains like McDonald's or Kentucky are very much familiar to you, but they are producing tangible goods like food items, and you can say that this is a tangible as well. Now, whenever you evaluate the performance of any organizations, there must be some performance criteria against which you have to evaluate how good the organization is. Now the question is, how can you know that this service organization is very much good, they are doing better, they are better than other organizations? You have to evaluate that. And it is very easy in manufacturing organizations. In one sense, I have the most. So since the quality is very much sensitive in service organization, service improvement is a must. And if you like to do that, what are the three most important aspects the hospitals should ensure? First aspect is, you have to improve the clinical care of patients. Maybe we have nothing to say about the clinical aspects because it is the duty of the doctors. We cannot say how to perform their activities. But attracting and retaining a wide range of customers is one of the challenging aspects of nowadays. Attracting and retaining, and certainly I myself is unhappy. A very big, large foreign bank, but I'm very unhappy with the customer service because I have to wait there. They have certainly provided some nice chairs to sit down there that you cannot get in Sonali Bank or some other nationalized banks, but that is true. But when I am a busy man, when I have to, but the business people are busier than me, so when they have to wait in front of the customer service center for a long time, certainly they will be unhappy. So if you
was given for questions, so there were no questions being asked. So I thought that it's going blank. So I volunteered to ask a question. So today, since you have made me that, if you do not ask questions, then I'll find out the volunteer from you. So it's better you write down the questions. Okay? So stretch your imagination and write down the questions. Okay? And if you do not do, then I'll ask your teacher to ask questions. Okay? Okay, please go ahead.
Actually, our discussion is finished. Finally, the conclusion. Actually, now I'm not really. If we in generalize, if we say where the industrial engineering tools techniques, philosophies, principles, methods, methodologies can be applied. Where can they be applied? In general, you can say in one sentence, whenever the question of quality, whenever the question of optimality, whenever the question of efficiency, effectiveness and productivity comes, you can apply industrial engineering. So that's all. Thank you very much, and I am sorry for taking such a long time.
Fixed deposit, saving deposit and current account. Collection product is state collection. Payment product is demand draft issuance, telegraphic transfers. Then regarding loans, portfolio lending and loan syndication. Portfolio lending is when a bank alone, a single bank alone lends money, and loan syndication, a group of banks can decide to finance a large project. Treasury product for foreign exchange. Information security is the key point to note in banking system. So there we have classification in motion of technology. So there are people who take care of network administration, and they take care of VSET, router, switch, and encryptor. VSET.
That also comes from economy of scale, because Citibank is present in 104 countries. Now then there are countries that are very small, like Bangladesh, where you don't have as much size and volume of business.
Engineering graduates, especially industrial engineering graduates, and they can compete with MBAs. It's really good because the people who come here, they come with a higher intellect, they come here with the real quality. So if they put in that kind of environment, definitely they will do. And I learned from Dr. Hassan that they are also taught on management science. And definitely, if I am from Primeline, so if you see any Primeline advertisement, please do apply. And
duties of an engineer in banking sector. I just want to add that to perform well in his or her job, how an engineer can prepare himself or herself. Thank you.
In Citibank, what an engineer does is manage a group of people to run the processing of a banking system. If I come to particularly for Citibank, we have different
On that counter, I have waited for half an hour, and then I took the chance and asked him what is my balance. And then he told that your balance is this, and this took about 1 minute. But I had to wait about 31 minutes. So how can you manage this queue in your bank?
in our, what we do, we basically use locally developed banking software. So here in Primeline or other private banks, we will not see much that kind of queue there. And we also put a separate terminal where you will do your own query and use
You're an engineer, but now in bank. A person, what are doing to make understand the others of banking system, bankers or related people. You don't pick.
And especially who is the guys. Actually, I want to know what are you doing there? After 4 years graduation in electrical engineering, you have got a degree in MBA. And you told that you got your job because of MBA. Then I want to know what are you doing in that bank, that is in technological bank.
Evaluate the importance, then you got to put emphasis. So you see, here comes, you got to be practical, you got to be intelligent in that. So what is the concept of today's world? 50 years back, 100 years back,
the concept was how hardworking you are. Oh, he's very hardworking. But today, if you are hardworking, people are not happy. What is the concept? How great it is. You go to any profession, the computer will be there. So you got to do that.
In this session, we have distinguished guests from the industries, and some of them we have as a discussant for this program. I read out the name of the discussants. Our first discussant will be Star Jing Kau Zai from Holcim Cement, and then we have Steve Ray from British American Tobacco. Then we have A.N.M. Sharafuddin from Rohim Afroz, Bangladesh. And then Moinul Islam from Singer, Bangladesh. And Mr. S.A. Mansoor from Cortex Group. And Mr. Zulfikar Hussain from Nestle, Bangladesh. I now request our chairman, Engineer Rabiul Alam, to come to the dais along with the discussants. I request the discussants to come to the dais, please.
সবাইকে আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমি স্পেশালি প্রকৌশল বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় আইপি ডিপার্টমেন্টকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি এই ধরনের সেমিনারে ইন্ডাস্ট্রির সাথে যে ইন্টারাকশনের জন্য। আমি এখন রিকোয়েস্ট করছি আমাদের কিনোট স্পিকার ডক্টর হাসান ইমতিয়াজ চৌধুরীকে তার ডেলিভারি দেওয়ার জন্য।
Industrial and production engineers meet the global challenge for manufacturing industries in Bangladesh? I should say it's $1 million question. Now, why am I saying that? Because before I even say yes or no, I want to cover some of the materials, whether in context of Bangladesh, where we are, where our engineers are. These sounds pretty small, but it's a big task that engineers have to accomplish. Manufacturing industries in Bangladesh growing slowly. In early days, most of the manufacturing industries were owned by the government. Now the shift towards privatization induced a small bit of, we are talking efficiency. We need to increase efficiency. What is efficiency? IP engineers determine how does these IP engineers improve the efficiency. IP engineers determine the most effective ways for an organization to use the basic factors of production: people, machines, materials, energy. They are more concerned with people and methods of business organizations than are engineers in other specialties, who generally work more with products and process. Productivity. IP engineers play a leading role. Here are the 5 basic engineering: civil, mechanical, chemical, electrical, and here is the industrial engineering. If you look at it, all the science areas and all the engineering areas eventually ends up in IPE. And I was one of the guys they selected. Guess what? In the interviews, they never asked me a technical question. Not a single technical question whether I knew the subject matter. What they are assuming that you already know the subject materials once you finish your bachelor's and master's. So what they're looking for is the people who can work in a team, okay? Who have a better communication, who can communicate with other members in the industries, who can be a leader in the team. Those are the
in about 74 countries. This number
I mean, the numbers of employees and countries increasing every month. Okay? What does it mean, 45,000 people? It means that we have 45,000 brains to support our clients. We are not selling only cement, but we provide solution for our customers. We are not very new company, not very old. We have about 100 years experience. It means that we have knowledge, we have technology, so that we can provide a solution for our customer. Guess how much? 8 cents per day. Unbelievable, huh? And more than 3 million is living less than $2 per day, maybe.
And that was fine probably 10 years ago, and people like industrial and production engineers, mechanical engineers, you'd work in typically an engineering department and solve engineering related problems. But times have changed a lot, and now you're expected to have a lot more sort of people skills, certainly that Mr. Chowdhury alluded to, and be involved and be part of the management team. Companies now don't tend to work so much in sort of functional silos. So for example, if you came into our factory,
HR and quality management system. This is my experience. So আমি এখানে যেটা বলতে চাচ্ছি, আমার আমি তৈরি হয়ে আসিনি, আমি আমার এক্সপেরিয়েন্সটা শেয়ার করতে চাচ্ছি। পার্টিকুলারলি গত 2 বছরে আমি যেটা দেখেছি রহিম অফিসে আসার পরে, HR QMS এ আসার পরে, বোধহয় HRটা বেশ ক্লিয়ার টু এভরিবডি আই থিঙ্ক, কিন্তু যেটা QMSটা আমরা we are certified for ISO 9002. The certification we achieved certification in 97, and subsequently we
এখানে আছে সেটা হচ্ছে বলা হচ্ছে high quality product in low price. It's a very difficult thing. আমি চাচ্ছি গুণগত মান অনেক বেশি কিন্তু প্রাইসটা অনেক কম, এটা কিন্তু খুব কন্ট্রাক্টেড জিনিস। তো এখন এখানে কি কি জিনিস কমানো যেতে পারে? সময় কমানো যেতে পারে, টাইম স্টাডি, মোশন স্টাডি কি হতে পারে, তারপরে কিভাবে কস্ট কমানো যেতে পারে, এই জিনিসগুলো কিন্তু এই কারিকুলার ভিতরে আমি দেখলাম। আমাকে এটা দিলেন একটু আগে ডক্টর ইঞ্জিনিয়ার মোহাম্মদ মহিউদ্দিন, আমি তাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি। এই ছোট্ট একটা জিনিস আমার হাতে তুলে দিয়ে বড় একটা কিছু স্কোপ পাওয়ার মতন একটা সুযোগ সৃষ্টি করার জন্য।
তারপরে স্কোপ যে নাই তা না, আমাদের স্কোপ অনেক আছে, তবে এই স্কোপটা ধরে রাখার জন্য একটি জিনিস দরকার, কোয়ালিটি প্রোডাক্ট। বাট প্রাইসটা রিজনেবল। কোয়ালিটি প্রোডাক্ট কে দেবে? ম্যানেজমেন্টের উপর থেকে হয়তো আমাকে ইম্পোজ করা হলো যে তুমি ডিজাইন করো, প্রডিউস করো। এখন কোয়ালিটি প্রোডাক্টের দায়িত্ব আমাদের ইঞ্জিনিয়ারদের, স্পেশালি এখানে দেখছি
I belong to you so that you can focus this in your future. Like I said, your knowledge should be lateral. In Bangladesh, as we say, and we have been discussing, best quality with minimum cost. So minimum cost needs, in the technical level, a lateral spread of knowledge. I graduated in metallurgical engineering, but I was, in the days when the Canadians and Americans were running the Kulnam Mill, Samuel Limited, I was the chief of maintenance. I overtook a lot of mechanical engineers, and I started learning electrical engineering from that time. So I have spread my knowledge, just not limiting itself to material sciences, but to mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, which I'm still learning. They give some indications. The human being has high temperature and fever, which the doctor uses this. And the bearing high temperature is also an indication of something wrong somewhere. But believe you me, it could be somewhere far away. A tripping device tripping off the overload on a drive can lead to a problem very somewhere else. So there's a lot of diagnostic skills required from an engineer, particularly in an industrial environment. And the workers are the fitters, very good fitters, very expert fitters who do the job for you. But you've got to find out the reason why it's going wrong and set it right. So that is where engineers are, at that level, doctors of machines.
Learning facilities faster in Bangladesh. From your desktop computer, you can learn anything. We have 7,000 modules of training and courses, so you can select the topic and learn. So these are the
basic philosophy of business, is efficient operations. And if you look the low-cost and efficient operations, then the role of engineers are strategies. So if you look our joint principal strategies, we are a company, we offer you unique opportunity graduates, people.
What we are doing, trying to
Steve Ray from British American Tobacco.
IPE. And give your comments if you have any.
Mr. A.M. Sharfuddin from Ruim Approach. Mr. Zulfikar Hussain from Nestle Bangladesh. Mr. S.A. Mansoor, Mr. Manirul Islam from Singapore, Bangladesh. Then I request some guests from the audience to please come to the dais and have some receive the mementos. Mr. Q.M. Shahid, British American Tobacco. Mr. Kamrul Hassan from Prague Group of Industries. Mr. Abdul Razzaq from Exim Bank.
Have management knowledge in order to move to top level management. Engineers should have the study habits even after graduation. Engineers should be more efficient. Remarks were next Muhammad Mahbubur Rahman Khan, Muhammad Shahada Hussain,
আমার কথাগুলি হবে ছাত্রকেন্দ্রিক। আমি আজকে আইপিএ বিভাগের যে সুন্দর একটা অনুষ্ঠান এবং তাদের ব্রোশিওর এবং অন্য যেসব পাবলিকেশন সেগুলি দেখেই বোঝা যায় যে আইপিএ ডিপার্টমেন্টের ছাত্র এবং শিক্ষকদের পটেনশিয়াল কত। আমি আজকে আইপিএ এই যে 3 দিনের যে কার্যক্রম হলো এটা আমি সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি ছাত্র কল্যাণ পরিদপ্তরের পক্ষ থেকে। এই জন্যই যে আমরা প্রায়শই আমাদের ছাত্ররা আজকে খুব কি বলবো যে সেটাতে একটু ফ্রাস্ট্রেশনে ভোগে যে আমি কম্পিউটার সায়েন্সে চান্স পেলাম না কিংবা অন্য ডিপার্টমেন্টে চান্স পেলাম না, কিন্তু প্রত্যেকটা ডিপার্টমেন্টের যে একটা পটেনশিয়াল আছে এবং প্রত্যেকটা ডিপার্টমেন্ট যে আমাদেরকে কত সুযোগ সুবিধা বাইরে আছে এরকম অনুষ্ঠানের মাধ্যমে আমরা আসলে এই সবগুলি জানতে পারি।
বিষয় আমি আশা করছি তোমরা যারা নতুন এসেছো তোমাদের 4 বছরের শিক্ষা ক্যাম্পাস জীবন সুন্দর ও সুখের হবে এবং তোমরা 4 বছরের পড়াশোনা 4 বছরের মধ্যেই যেন শেষ করতে পারো এই দোয়া করছি।
বেশি কাজকর্ম করে ছোট ডিপার্টমেন্টের লিডারশিপ দেয়। আগে এটা দিত কেমিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ডিপার্টমেন্ট, কারণ কেমিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ডিপার্টমেন্ট শিক্ষক শূন্য হয়ে গেছে, এখন আইপিএ ডিপার্টমেন্ট দিচ্ছে, এই জন্য আমরা খুবই আনন্দিত। আমি প্রথমেই অবশ্য আমাদের মাননীয় প্রতিমন্ত্রী এখানে উপস্থিত হয়েছেন আমাদের ছাত্রছাত্রীদের উৎসাহিত দান করার জন্য, সেজন্য তাকে বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের পক্ষ থেকে আমার নিজের পক্ষ থেকে ওনাকে আন্তরিক ধন্যবাদ এবং কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই। যুগ আমাদের ছাত্রদেরকে তৈরি হতে হবে, শুধু দেশে না বিদেশেও চাকরিতে জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকতে হবে। এই জন্যই শুধু ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হলে হবে না, ভালো ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হতে হবে, ভালো ইংরেজি জানতে হবে। আমি আশা করি আমাদের দেশে চাকরির ব্যবস্থা হবে, চাকরি মানে কর্মসংস্থানের ব্যবস্থা হবে এবং বিদেশে চাকরি ব্যাপারে মধ্যপ্রাচ্যে চাকরি বাজারে দায়রা হয়ে গেছে, তারা নিজেরা ব্যবহার শিখে দেশের চাকরি দেয় না। ইরাক, ইরান, সৌদি আরব এসব দেশে বাংলাদেশে ইঞ্জিনিয়ার এখন খুব বেশি নেয় না, আগে নিত। আমাদের আগে ছাত্রছাত্রী অনেক লিবিয়া ইরাকে সৌদি আরবে অনেক ছাত্ররা চাকরি পেত এবং পরে এখান থেকে তারা অনেকে দেশে ফেলে এসেছে, অনেকে ওখান থেকে আমেরিকা চলে গেছে উচ্চশিক্ষার জন্য। কিন্তু এখন চাকরি বাজার প্রায় শূন্য। এবং তবে
হবে বিশেষ করে যারা ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হবেন, এই ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল ইঞ্জিনিয়ার, এটা আমার একটা বিরাট ডিমান্ড হবে, আমার দৃঢ় বিশ্বাস।
শিল্প প্রতিষ্ঠানে যারা আছেন, আপনারা যে রিকমেন্ডেশন দেখেছেন, এই রিকমেন্ডেশন বা দেশের জন্য এই দেশের জন্য, এটা শিল্পক্ষেত্রের জন্য আপনাদের সেটা আমরা কিভাবে সুন্দরভাবে হতে পারে সেটা আমরা চেষ্টা করব। আর শুধু এটুকুই বলবো, আবার ছাত্রছাত্রীদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলবো, এই নাম করা প্রতিষ্ঠান, শিক্ষা প্রতিষ্ঠান, এটা যেন সুনাম থাকে। গণতন্ত্র দেশে গণতন্ত্র, দলমত নির্বিশেষে সবারই দলমত থাকবে, সেটা হলো রাজনীতির ক্ষেত্রে বা ভিন্ন ক্ষেত্রে, কিন্তু এই পরিবেশ যেন নষ্ট না হয়। আমরা অনেক নষ্ট করে ফেলছি, বাইশটায় অনেক পিছনে চলে গেছি, অনেক পিছনে মূলকে মনে করে আমার বক্তব্য এখানে শেষ করলাম। আল্লাহ হাফেজ। বাংলাদেশ জিন্দাবাদ।
Next, I would request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, special guest, Professor Next, I would request Professor Kamul Islam to receive a small token of appreciation. And finally, I would request Professor Jamiluddin to receive it. Request our program chairman, respected Professor Muhyiddin Ahmed, to come to give vote of thanks. Professor Ahmed, please.
We are at the very last stage of our IPE program. We have organized this program to familiarize this discipline of engineering to the society in general and to the people in the industry in particular. We strongly believe that the trade world where WTO rules will be prevailing to create reduction. Industrial and production engineering techniques are the most effective keys in this regard. We hope we could convey the message to our industries. Honorable Minister, you are in charge of the Ministry of Industries, and we are concerned, our department is concerned with the industries in general. So I thank the students for being with us for this late hours in this weekend holiday. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Any further delay, I would like to conclude this program and like to say thank you for your participation. Thank you and enjoy your refreshment. Thank you very much. With this, I conclude the session.
আমি